So we are going to start off this evening by looking at the Russian song. Now, Russia this year, represented by a Russian woman, it's Manizha is the song. I think I've pronounced that right. I hope I've done that all right. Anyway, they last won in 2008. They didn't qualify in 2018. Shock horror. But their recent best was third place. Sergei Lazarov achieving that for them in 2016, albeit controversially if you listen to them, and also in 2019 as well. We're going to dive straight in and we're going to ask Andy what he thinks of this year's Russian entry.
Yeah. Am I on mute?
No, you're off mute.
Right.
Bad
well,
luck.
in that case, I better be polite about it. It's not my favourite song, I have to admit. It's very Russian. I like the fact that it's in Russian. Most of the lyrics are sung in Russian. That's great. The singer Manizha, she's great as well. And I believe she's Muslim, and she's singing a song about women's empowerment, which has got her into an awful lot of trouble with certain sections of society in Russia. So that's what Eurovision's all about, broadening horizons. It's just I'm not that keen on the song, but I think it might be a dark horse for a top 5 finish.
Oh, controversial, because in the chat, I noticed Elliot's putting some message up saying that some people think this could be a shock non-qualifier.
And that's why I said it's a dark horse possibility, because there's always one that nobody thinks is going to do well that comes out and the performance wins the day. And I think this could be it.
Oh, interesting. Let's go across to Donna. What are your thoughts on the Russian song this year?
Actually, probably more in line with what Andy was saying a minute ago. It is a song that generally grates on my ears. I find it hard to listen to. Herself as a personality, though, fabulous. And I'd be very keen to find out a little bit more about her and some of her other music. Just this song doesn't do it for me. The lyrics are amazing if you look at the lyrics. I just think that a lot of people, the casual viewers, will probably think this is a no on the night.
Oh, interesting. Lena, now last year, Russia were due to be represented by Little Big, who decided not to take part this year. How do you think this song stands up to last year's Russian entry? Oh, Lena, can you hear us?
I didn't realize it was my turn.
That's all right. What do you think
Sorry,
of the Russian entry?
I keep double clicking the mic icon. I actually thought it was a huge surprise. I was in the camp that I loved Uno and I love Little Big, and I thought it was heartbreak when they ended up not coming back this year, and like Sex Machine wasn't it. Like I agree, was not it. But yeah, I really like the song. I think it's really different. It stands out to me. I agree with Andy. I think this could show up for people as something different and surprising, especially from Russia on the night of. So I'm pulling for it to make it.
Well, hey, interesting. So we've got some dark horse potential there. Gustav loves a dark horse. Are you liking Russia?
What? So I like what she's trying to do and what she's trying to say. I like her, but the song is "Thank You" next moment.
Oh dear. And for those of people that may not tune into the show regularly, with songs that Gustav perhaps does not necessarily find the most appealing in the world, it's always thank you. Next. Moving on to next, let's go to Hayley and Matt. Russia, what are your thoughts?
Well, I actually like it. I always listen to this one. I think it's good. It's a bit dancey. It's a good upbeat one. I mean, I've not listened to the lyrics in much detail, but I really like it. And I know my mum actually messaged me not that long ago to say that she was doing some sort of interview on BBC News not that long ago about some of the online bullying that she'd received, which I think might actually help her a little bit to give her a bit more, you can see what a nice person she was and what she's been going through. And I think that'll only help her. I can't see it not qualifying for the final, and I think it'll do well.
My take is a little bit different. I do like it, but I do think it's a bit of a grower. I think from the first time I heard it, which is obviously what the majority of viewers are gonna see and base it on the night, I didn't really appreciate it. It has grown on me over time, and I listen to it now, and it sounds a little bit like Missy Elliott. I can't help but think there is definitely a connection. It's just not as good as Missy Elliott, so it lets me down. I think it might struggle to qualify.
It's interesting. I think because the song's in Russian, and I think that is as much of an advantage as it is a disadvantage. I think people really love the songs in the native language these days. Now we've had so many years with songs in English. At the same time, there are still some people out there who I think that kind of can put off. David, what are you thinking?
First of all, I think the Rush song is very interesting because it's not something Russia trends to do. I think also this song is really stand out. It's something different in the semifinal contest as well. She's a real performer. She proved that in international finals she can do a fantastic show, and also uh, of course she will try to anglicize some of the lyrics, but the song is really good. I think people maybe want to sleep on this one. I think this can do top 10 because I think the stage will be good, and we know Russia can produce a very good stage. And I think, of course, the lyrics are very important. So this will qualify for sure, I think. And I think it can pull a shocker in Rotterdam.
Okay, and finally, Elliot. What are the chat rooms saying? What's your take?
The chat room is incredibly mixed. We've got some people saying they can't get into it, but others are saying they really loved it. Like, where's that one here? So it's a real mixture of what people think it can and can't do. As for me, I like the song. I'm glad we heard it live first because the very minor revamp they did, and the studio version doesn't sound great at all, in my opinion. I think it's a lot better live, and when you see her performing it. The song is good, but the melody jumps around a lot, so it's sometimes hard to follow. And also, I think the running order doesn't really help her. Yes, it's a bit different in a different language, but she's on 3rd of 16. I know Martin made the comment last week saying if you can't remember between 1 and 16, there's a problem. But you've got so many big hitters in that last 5 minutes, including Go Away, who are the penultimate song in a very up-tempo, out there song in a different language. And also, Tusset is following this song, and I just think he is just going to steal any jury appeal Manizha might have, because it's going to be very slick, and we know what Sweden do. And with Belarus now not being a part of it, I just don't see where the vote and the friends are going to come from. Finland normally vote for them, but aren't in this semi. I think, even though the bookies and the fan app has it just squeaking through, I think this is the one the bookie's going to get wrong. I think it's going to, fall between just at 12th or something, which is a shame because I want, because of the crap she's gone through, I want her to make the final to prove a point, and I think she is fantastic. I'm just not convinced the song it's on its own merit will do it, sadly. But like I've been saying for the last month, good songs are going to fall out of the semi-final. It's just a case of which ones.
It's true. I mean, it's on 3rd in semi-final 1, so it's on early. It's going to have to make an impact. It's got odds of about 50 to 1 at the moment to win the whole thing. I mean, it's currently, just taking a look at the odds, it's currently sat 14th in the odds, which isn't hideous. It suggests that it's a definite qualifier. I think it's got something unique to offer. I reckon it could do okay. Is it going to win the whole thing? I'm going to say no. Could it provide a surprise on the night? Yes. And the thing is, on this, this year as well, when we've got a lot of big songs where there are some pretty high expectations, I think, from some of the more returning artists, I think you're looking at potentially, if they are a dark horse that comes through, then something else is going to fall by the wayside, and that could be someone's favourite somewhere as well. Oh dear, never mind. It happens. That's Eurovision. In England, you'd say, if it was the FA Cup, you'd say, oh, it's the magic of the FA Cup. I'll tell you what, new phrase, that's the magic of Eurovision. Put a good song forward and see it fall by. Just ask Coit and Laura, Verona. Never mind.
That was not a good song. Stop lying to yourself.
As if I would lie. As if I would lie about something as important as that.